This is Investment Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Daily live streaming interactive. Featuring Mrs. Backup. Subscribe, hit the notification, smash the likes. Now, here's Backup Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back, everyone, to Investment Perspectives. Thanks for coming back to the channel. You can follow me on Backup Bradley above where it says connect on Twitter. All right, let's get into this. We have a few different pieces of information that I want to cover tonight. One is the MoneyGram earnings call that we had today. We're going to get into that. Number two, we're going to talk about the Bank of Canada and their digital currency and what's going on with them, and I think it's pretty relevant. Number three, the DTCC is talking about a deadline for being able to process their payments in a secure fashion. And we're going to talk about that as well. And the other thing that we're going to talk about too is the last 2 days and the near 2,000 point loss to the Dow Jones. So we're going to get into these things. Let's start with the MoneyGram expanding the use of Ripple and XRP, the corporate and personal accounts transfers to be powered by RippleNet. This is not a long read. Let's get into this. Global payments giant MoneyGram is expanding its use of Ripple and XRP. In a new earnings call, the CEO, Alex Holmes, says MoneyGram plans to launch XRP remittances in the additional corridors and utilize RippleNet for account-to-account transfers. Our progress on the Ripple partnership has been instrumental in helping us lead the evolution of digital P2P payments. Today, our trading volume continues to grow, and we're partnering to expand with the service to more corridors. I'm also excited to announce that we are working to integrate RippleNet for account-to-account transfers in 2020. This new integration will further accelerate our progress in accomplishing our vision of real-time global settlements. MoneyGram's account-to-account feature is designed to let customers easily transfer money between their bank accounts, even if those accounts are located in different countries around the world. The company has further clarified that the integration will apply to corporate accounts as well. I'm going to read that again. The company further clarified that integration will apply to corporate accounts as well. Although MoneyGram has not specified whether it will utilize XRP for the account-to-account transfers, the company has hinted at the new corridors it plans to explore for the digital asset. Late last year, Holmes said that the company is specifically looking at the use of XRP across Asia and in Australia. We're looking now in a lot of the Asian markets. So we're looking at the Philippines, the interface with Australia, having conversations with Japan and other countries. One of the most inefficient things about our settlement process in being a U.S. company is that everything is always reverting back to U.S. dollars. It doesn't make a lot of sense if you need Australian dollars and then you need Philippine pesos and you need U.S. dollars. Why can't you sort of pair those off and just net it through XRP platform? This year, Ripple completed the acquisition of its $50 million stake in MoneyGram after partnering with the company in June of last year. MoneyGram is now the largest and most high-profile user of Ripple's XRP remittance product. 10% of MoneyGram's transactions between the U.S. dollar and Mexican peso are utilizing XRP. That is something to keep your eye on, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to continue to grow. I really do believe that. All right, let's go to the next piece of information here. Bank of Canada lays groundwork for digital currency. Now, this goes to support the whole notion that we all understand that all the central banks on the planet are going to make their own central bank digital currency. Let's listen to what they have to say. It's another nice quick read here, but it's well worth hearing. The Bank of Canada doesn't see a compelling case for introducing a digital currency at the present time, but is getting ready to move quickly should the need for one become more evident. Deputy Governor Tim Lane said. Now, I just want to stop right there for a second because this is what we see constantly in reports and interviews, isn't it? But yet, at the World Economic Forum, in the policymaker toolkit that they give to all the country members and tell them to take it back and design their new framework around this right here. But yet the article says we don't really yet see the need for one, but we're working quickly should we have to do one. I'll let you figure it out from there. While Canadians are well served by present payment system, the central bank has begun to look at potential features and requirements of digital currency, Lane said, according to the text of remarks to be delivered Tuesday in Montreal. The central bank is now actively developing a prototype digital currency, according to the background document. We need to move forward to work out what a potential CBDC might look like and how it could be managed, if the decision were even taken to issue one. Lane said regarding preparations for a potential central bank digital currency in Canada, central banks around the world are trying to get to grips with emerging payment technologies. Private sector's initiatives such as Facebook's Libra are adding urgency to the debate over how digital currency should be handled. The Bank of International Settlements and International Monetary Fund have called for central banks to at least study the possibility of a private sector firms experiment with competing units of exchange. The bank sees two main scenarios where the central bank could see the need to issue its own digital currency. Firstly, if the use of cash is restricted or eliminated, and second, if private cryptocurrencies were to make serious inroads. In both scenarios, there would be an argument for the Bank of Canada to step in. The bank would do this as a trusted public institution, creating an official digital currency that is designed with the interests of the public at its top priority, with no commercial motive. It isn't the Bank of Canada's first foray into the matter. Staff have authored several papers on the potential effects of introducing a central bank digital currency, including the possibility of reduced market power of private banks. However, the central bank is shifting to the development of an actual prototype, though it could still be years away from being ready and will still need a legislative framework. If one or more alternative digital currencies threaten to become used widely as an alternative to the Canadian dollar, then a central bank issued digital currency could be used to defend monetary sovereignty, the bank said. Well, it sounds like we just got our excuse on why this is going to happen. Or at least what they're going to tell the public, right? Because I believe firmly, reading that article to you, that they're already in pursuit and they know damn well that they're going to be using a central bank digital currency on the new digital financial plumbing system, and XRP will be the settlement of that token. The JP Morgan token coin will be dropped because the Fed is going to also make a coin, the Fed coin. I do believe this as well. And when they do, the head of blockchain for JPM said they would certainly drop that. All right, so moving on to the next piece. Now, this gets quite interesting, but take this with a grain of salt. The DTCC SFTR community grows to over 160 firms as industry leaders readies for 2020 deadlines. Now, let's take a look at this article. And before I read this article to you, I want you to understand that it will not say Ripple and it will not say XRP anywhere in this article. But I think we should understand the information nonetheless. Okay. The Depository Trust Clearing Corporation, DTCC, the premier post-trade market infrastructure for the global financial services industry, today announced 138 clients have signed up to adopt, and more than 30 vendors have partnered with DTCC's multi-award-winning Global Trade Repository Service, GTR. In order to meet their regulatory obligations under the forthcoming European Securities Financing Transactions Regulation, known as SFTR, is expected to take effect for banks and broker-dealers in April, for exchanges and CCPs in July, and for buy-side firms in October this year, followed by non-financial counterparties in January 2021. The DTCC opened industry-wide user acceptance testing for SFTR last October so that clients could benefit from an extended period of testing, increasing their levels of preparedness for the regulatory compliance on day one. Since then, additional phases have rolled out, including UAT and with final XML schemas and validation rules. Delivering a great client experience while enabling firms to meet their reporting obligations for derivatives, security financing transactions are top priority for DTCC, said Chris Childs, Managing Director, Head of RDS and DTCC, and CEO and President, DTCC, Deriv Serve LLC. Back in 2019, we were delighted to reveal Barclays, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, SEB, Societe Generale as our valued clients leveraging the GTR service to meet their SFTR obligations. Today, we are happy to add Citadel, Franklin Templeton, Nordia Investment Management, and PIMCO to our growing community. We are grateful to the industry for placing its trust in DTCC and for their continued support. There are now only 2 months to go until implementation of SFTR begins for the broker-dealer community and 8 months until the compliance date for the buy side, said Val Wooten, Managing Director of Product Development and Strategy at RDS and DTCC. Broker-dealers have made good progress in their readiness for SFTR implementation, and our goal is to help support the asset managers as they look to do the same. We're ready to assist as is prepare for this new mandate. Now, there's a little background on the DTCC where they talk about transactions valued at more than $1.85 quadrillion. Okay, now listen, here's the thing. Like I said, I want to be very clear. This does not mention Ripple. It does not mention DLT in this article. It does not mention XRP or the Ledger. But I think it's pertinent to follow this and what the DTCC is doing just because they're making changes. We know ultimately that there may, in some cases, and may not in some cases, be a need for the use of the XRP asset with the DTCC. The point being here is that when we see things changing and you understand that the things that are happening here, the securities financing transactions regulation, the SFTR, this seems to be something that we should pay attention to. So again, with a grain of salt, we don't want to get hyped, right? But nevertheless, we also don't want to overlook something because I don't believe that they're going to broadcast it. There's not going to be a great big podium moment when this actually takes place at all anyway. So head on a swivel. You never know. This is crypto. And a reminder, we were down 879 points on the close today. And it was 900 and some, I think, at one point earlier today. So it's pulled back a touch, but what a tough 2 days. 4-digit loss yesterday, over 1,000 points down on the Dow Jones. What will tomorrow bring? It's not looking good. Another thing, why is this relevant? Why am I showing this to you? This isn't crypto. I'm showing this to you specifically because we're talking about XRP. XRP is not geared for the retail holder. We're allowed to hold it, and that's a beautiful thing. We're allowed to hold it and speculate on the investment. Love it. Glad I can. But truthfully, the coin was designed for banks. I just got done showing you what it's really designed for. First use case. Are there many other verticals that XRP can pursue? Yes, and they do. But the point is when this is happening in the traditional markets daily, who do institutions borrow money from? Banks. And where is the default going to come from? And who is going to feel the default when you're talking about things like this in the traditional markets happening day after day? Now, it's been 2 days, so not hyping here. But if this were to continue to trend, we are going to see the hurt trickle back to the bank's doorstep. And then I would imagine we're going to have an opportunity to see something like this come into play, because liquidity will be the issue of the day. And I believe it's already showing up in places like this. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Leave a comment below. Hit the like and subscribe for me. Let's get to that 12,000 mark right away. And don't forget, take a look down in the description box below. Got an enormous amount of stuff just for you guys, whether it's merch that you like or whether it's an opportunity to get a Ledger Nano S at a great deal, or you want to take a look at possibly getting an IRA for you and your family. That's right, tax-free IRA from iTrust Capital. Or you know what? It's tax season. Take a look at the apps and the options we have down there for that. There's some really, really great products we have for you. All right, guys, hit the like and subscribe. I will catch you on the next one. Take care.